Have you ever told yourself that you wished you were a little girl who came across spirits wrapped in their own trauma with a yearning to help them cross over? Well, my friends, Ember Lab has you covered with their debut game, Cana, Bridge of Spirits. Does this game deserve to ascend into the afterlife or toil in purgatory wrapped in its own trauma? Welcome to Three Dads on a Console's review of Cana, Bridge of Spirits. My name is Pez, and our mission here is to take a look at video games and see if we can recommend them to parents who may have little gaming time between balancing work, life, family, and responsibilities. Before we continue, click on that subscribe button for more Three Dads on a Console content, including our flagship podcast that runs live on YouTube every Wednesday evening at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now that promotion is out of the way, let's cross over to the other side. For those who know me, they're aware that indie titles hold a special place in my heart. Recent games like Death's Door from Acid Nerve and Hades from Supergiant Games have topped my Game of the Year lists over AAA titles like Monster Hunter Rise, Forza Horizon 5, and Halo Infinite. I've stated on the podcast that without indie titles, we would just be getting the same regurgitated games in the game sphere. While Cana doesn't take major risks in terms of gaming innovation, this product from a 24-member team at Ember Lab is a true testament to the talent this studio brings to the table. For those interested in picking up Cana, you can find it as a console exclusive on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and for us PC users, it is exclusive to the Epic Games Store as of this review. First, let's take a look at settings and accessibility features. When I review a game, it will be the first thing I look to because these, to me, are some of the most important features a game can have. Games are meant to be played by everyone, and games that have important accessibility features will be played by more folks than not. I am playing this game on PC, and if you're interested in my specs, here they are real quick. When it comes to specifics, there isn't much that Cana has for settings that most don't. The main categories under options is game, controls, graphics, audio, and credits. Game has your standard game options, difficulty, languages, HUD display, button layout, etc. Controls are standard control options. One neat thing is the ability to change your control icons between Xbox, PS4, and PS5. I've been playing with an Xbox One controller, but I will test out the others when I jump back into the game. Graphics are also a standard array of options. Cana allows you to change the graphics API between DirectX 11 and DirectX 12, something we are starting to see more on the PC game side of things, with DirectX 12 being on a lot more machines. You're also able to run a benchmark in the game to see what your optimized graphical settings are. On top of that, Cana also allows you to dive into advanced graphic settings. This should not be strange for any PC gamer, as you can change your textures, your FPS, your depth of field, your shadows, your anti-aliasing, all that fun stuff. And since we're talking about graphics, let's talk about how pretty Cana looks. For a studio of 24 to put out the type of graphical product that Ember Lab has put out with Cana Bridge of Spirits is a serious accomplishment that should not be overlooked. Whether it is your starting cave area, the sprawling colors of the jungle, or the rushes of a waterfall, Cana's appearance is top-notch. The way the studio balances its colors without oversaturating its environment is one that should not be overlooked. Ember Labs' use of teal as Cana's primary color, and by that I mean whenever you do something like her pulse, it shoots off a tealish tinge, works very well with the environment, and is never too overpowering. It allows the game to give subtle clues regarding puzzles when moving throughout the game's vast world. While running through Cana on Ultra, I did not notice any pop-in, I didn't notice any jaggy edges on any of the sprites. Everything looked very good, very crisp, and again, a true testament to what Ember Lab has brought to the table in their debut game. And while things can look pretty, the real question is, how does it sound? A good game can be elevated by sound. In the same vein, a good game can also be hurt by bad sound. Thankfully, Kana has some of the best sound I've heard in a video game in a very long time. Friends, I'm not just talking about the score either. Ember Lab has put some thought into the smallest details, whether it is the sound of Kana bopping her wooden staff against the ground, or the cute, cartoony, squinty noise the rot makes when they open and close their eyes. Kana's sound is truly top-notch. There are times where you could close your eyes while playing this game and realize that yes, you are in the middle of a jungle, the waterfall rushing behind you as you hear the birds flying off in the distance. Finally, let's talk about gameplay and story. This is a spoiler-free review, so I won't be going in-depth into Kana's story, but you play as a young spirit guide named Kana who travels to an abandoned village. Immediately, you meet the cause of the corruption that is taking over the forest and must collect companions called the Rot to help cleanse dead hearts and restore the jungle back to its natural order. Throughout Kana's journey, she will meet those looking to assist her in ridding the world of said corruption and teach her new moves, like a spirit bow and arrow. Initially, I stated Kana didn't break the mold when it came to innovation and gameplay. You will find a lot of aspects pulled from other games, like Assassin's Creed climbing system, Horizon Zero Dawn's archery style, and unfortunately, Horizon Zero Dawn's staff combat. There's one issue I had with Kana. It is the same gripe I had with the aforementioned Horizon. Kana's staff combat relies heavily on light and heavy attacks. There's no real combo to speak of, just mash light attack or hold heavy attack to finish off your enemy. While the staff is your main attack weapon, the simplistic style doesn't pull away from the fact that the game is still fun. Using the Rot companions to come together and lift heavy objects or wipe corruption blights away is a wonderful mechanic and adds depth to what the game brings to the table without making it seem like Kana is an overpowered She-Hulk. Again, Kana isn't going to break down any doors with genre-altering gameplay, but what it does, outside of staff combat, it does very well. Controls feel well-tuned, controls feel tight. Nothing Kana does is overpowered, and the game allows you to have a good time. Before I get into if I can recommend this game or not, let's talk about what goes into my recommendation. First, we're going to look at how many hours it takes to complete the game. Not every parent has 30 or 40 or 50 plus hours to dig into a game. Every review will state the time it takes to complete the main story and an estimated time to complete all side activities. Also, I'll be talking about whether a game is appropriate or not for a child to watch. Now, this is coming from my perspective, so you may disagree with the second part, and honestly, that's fine. While it doesn't weigh heavily in my recommendation, I feel like it is my job as parents to inform other parents if they can play this game while their kid's awake. First, let's talk about playtime. If you're just looking to complete Kana's main story, I'd wager you're looking at about 8 to 12 hours. If you're looking to complete everything in the game, I would say maybe 17 to 20 total. Secondly, this game is absolutely appropriate for children of all ages to watch. There may be some intense moments when dealing with the source of the corruption throughout the jungle, Kana's main antagonist, but there isn't anything that I would define as inappropriate. You can feel free to have this game on your TV in the living room and happily play away, helping spirits cross over to the other side. Plus, children are going to love the Rot. They are incredibly cute. So is this game a PES recommendation? Absolutely. I enjoyed all my time with Kana Bridge of Spirits, and honestly, it's probably #1 on my Game of the Year list so far for 2022. If you enjoyed this review, please drop a like and considering following 3 Dads and a Console here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.